first kick, I snap into action. When I'm digging in the trenches, get dominated off the line of scrimmage. Read and react quick to make it early diagnosis. Hit you with the quick release like Marino Danny dopeness. Explosive change of direction in the true essence of Reggie Bush. From JT and ZT to DVP and AVG. Terminator to a quarterback, Hunter JP. Steve Ross, the boss, King Flow, and card slinging, gambling genius, slick Chris Greer.
Good morning, everyone. This is Dolphins Thirsty, and this is Dolphins Daily on Dolphins Thirsty. I'm Rob Mosley, aka Dolphins Thirsty. This is my co-host, Justin, aka Digging in the Trenches, and we're being joined right now by someone in the backstage here that's going to be, so I'm going to throw him up there.
So by my buddy, Jalen.
You can introduce your buddy, Justin.
This is my buddy, Jalen McMillan. He's a Dolphins fan. He's a real cool dude. He wants to come on and talk some Dolphins with us, share his opinions here on Dolphins Daily. You guys slap that like button, subscribe. We're always going to try to keep it interactive over here and have people on the show come talk, tell us their opinions, how they view things, because I want to know, and my buddy Rob, he wants to know as well. What's up, Jalen? How's it going today, buddy?
I'm good.
Right.
A little tired, but a little frustrated as well.
Oh, I hear you. I can tell.
Good to see you still rocking your Tua shirt, your Tua jersey, so that's cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we lost him for a second.
He'll be back.
There he is.
Yeah.
So he's already back.
So what you think about all this stuff going on, man?
It's been like a roller coaster ride. I mean,
Sure has.
Nope, we lost him again. It's okay. That's what live streaming for. So anyway, he's back.
I'm back. for like the first 9 weeks, it was just like oh my God, we're gonna win the AFC and we're making a name for ourselves this year. Then we get to Houston. After Houston, it's just obviously what we've all been seeing just doesn't look good, and it's just we're falling apart. I don't know what's going on, but we're just falling apart, and it does not look good right now.
Right. It's funny you bring up the Houston game because since all this 4-game losing streak and everything's happened, we've been doing shows, Rob and I, and plus I got one on the weekends, and I've been bringing up it's since the second half of the Houston Texans game, this has been happening. Something happened in that game to where we got discovered a little bit on offense. Maybe you could say we got exposed. They started dropping things back, getting more aggressive with the people at the line of scrimmage, all of that stuff in one. I don't know if you see it the same way I see it, but I see it as the coach kind of failed to adjust to the NFL. It's getting to be the later in the season. It's becoming colder weather. Games are becoming tighter. You're going to need to do something a little different you did than the first, 8 weeks of the season to get you, further along. I think the coach is somehow, some way getting in his way, maybe getting in his mind, not relying on the things he has around him on the team, like run the football. You have guys that can run the ball, like instead of throwing on first down, the pass that sailed on Tua, the first interception. In my mind, he goes to drop back to throw, and I'm like, why aren't you not running the ball on first down here? I don't understand it. Then there's sets where it's like 3rd and 6, 3rd and 4. You're throwing it around. I'm running right there. If I'm the coach and I'm in charge of the play calls, I'm running the football. And the reason why is because I think we're going to have success there, and you're going to snap runs, and you're not going to expect it, but it's going to happen. What do you think what's going on? Like, is it got a lot more to do with the execution on the football field, or is it more to do with play calling, or is it a mixture of both?
It's or were you talking to me or Rob?
Yeah,
he's talking to you. You're a guest, so you get all privilege today.
Oh, I didn't know. Honestly, it's what I see now is I think the spotlight's been on Tua all year. Tua. I mean, the first 2 years he wasn't really doing anything, and so now Mike McDaniels, he believed in him, and so he wanted to let Tua shine this year.
Right.
And people may think I'm crazy, but maybe him not playing or him probably being out for the rest of the season, it may help us. I say that because if we do have Teddy in, we're going to go back to what we know how to do best, which is right now is run the ball. We're not going to shy away from it because I'm sure Mike McDaniels doesn't believe in Teddy like he does Tua. So I think we're going to run the ball more, get more in ground game. And when it's 3rd and 1, we're going to pick up the 3rd and 1s that we haven't picked up against, what was it? The Chargers that not the Chargers. It was, who do we just play after this?
Buffalo?
Before this game. Buffalo. Yeah, Buffalo. I don't know how. I forgot about that.
It's all good.
But with Teddy coming in, I think we managed the game more because it's not about the Tua show. He doesn't want Tua to get stats. And I'm a true believer. I think that's what Mike McDaniel wanted Tua, and that's why we shy away from the run game. But now we got to use it, pound people, run the clock out, manage the game, play conservative. And Teddy, I mean, he has 2 of the best receivers in the game. Can throw it right there and don't force nothing. I think going forward it's going to be tough, but
so what changes your mind to think that Mike McDaniels all of a sudden is going to change the way he's running the offense? Because I've seen Teddy get in there and play the game versus the Jets, and he didn't play long. I seen him come in play a little bit versus the Bengals. Somewhat, I guess, during the Vikings game as well, but the offense didn't change. Like I don't see it changing. I really don't. I think they're just going to chuck it around the football field the same way they have been. I don't see them going back to heavy ground game. What you just said, I hope that's what they do. I hope he reverts back to being like, hey, I need to go more ground game here to take pressure off of my offense because I don't have the catalyst to throw it now. But I don't know, man. I hope you're right, but I just don't see it. I think he's going to just try to chuck it around. Like, what makes you feel that way that you feel?
I mean, now that you put that into perspective, going back to the Vikings game and the Bengals game is really when I got to see Teddy play. But I also think our run game wasn't really hitting on anything.
No,
like
it wasn't.
How it was in these past 3 weeks.
We have been running the better a little bit the past couple. I agree on that.
Yeah. And I just think – I don't think Mike McDaniels truly believes in Teddy like how he does Tua and how he wanted Tua to shine a lot because of his name has been down. So I just think now the run game is going good and he has another quarterback that he does not – I'm not going to say he doesn't trust, but obviously not as much as Tua. But,
right. Agreed.
And I just think that we're going to stick to the run game and pound people in the mouth. Now, I think it's going to be a different kind of Miami Dolphin football going on out. I do.
So because of his back being against the wall now and he's forced into a corner, and I'm talking about the coach. Right. So now he's going to go and revert back to his natural roots and go back to what he's good at. Is that what I'm getting at? Or you're getting at?
Yes, sir. I definitely think that's the possibility. I think that's what we're going to do going forward.
One quick question, like, oh man, like I'm not pushing back on you or trying to be an asshole or anything, but
no,
what do you think? What's the trouble? Like, what was the trouble doing this 4 weeks ago? Like, I know you come out of the Texans game and you seen problems. He was in the locker room and said, "Hey, good game. We can't let teams come back like that on us." He's seen the problem right then and there. He's seen that there's an issue. But then going into the next game for San Francisco, you were in the game a little bit, but you kind of kept throwing it around. Like, don't you think right then and there he should have reverted back to his old school ways and been like, I need to run the ball. The weather's changing. The NFL is asking me to adjust again. Here comes another reinvent myself moment. What do you think happened right there to not make that happen then and there?
Oof, that's a good question. And I'm going to keep going back to it. I hate to keep going back to it, but I think it's because of who is out back there at quarterback. I really do. I really think Tua and him and his relationship with Tua already and what he wanted to see Tua prove to the fans and people in the NFL game. It's just like, I think it all reverts back to Tua and how he wanted to let Tua shine.
So you're basically saying he thought he had a good enough weapon back there to throw around the rock and let Tua shine, and the offense just live off of that. And he was trying to ride that all the way out, right?
Yeah, and I do, and I will not. I don't think we will see as much of passes going to Tyreek and Waddle, like kind of in the middle, like linebacker, safety, Teddy trying to drop it. I think he's going to change that up as well. We're going to have more slants coming involved. Hill getting a lot of slants. I feel like that's going to come and just running the game. Run the ball. I don't see Teddy. His accuracy is definitely not like Tua's.
Yeah.
But
so you see him not doing those keyhole throws over the linebacker and just in front of the safeties no more.
and if it does, then I mean it's going to be a pick. I hate. To
yeah,
say
that's going to be a pick right there.
yeah, but Teddy's still going to let it loose. The deep ball, they're still going to get teams on their heels.
I understand where you're going. You're saying there won't be none of those sideline keyhole throws, none of those open window anticipation throws over the middle. Yeah. And you know what? It's crazy. I think, Jalen, you might be onto something. I think they're forced to take this offense back to the original roots of running the football, playing to your strengths, which is going to be on the edges. Having the threat of the run game would really help. I think they need to go heavy, man, like 70%, 60% run, and then just throw off the rest of that. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I definitely think it should be a 60-40 ratio. It has to be.
Run the ball,
it has to be with Teddy. I mean, really, even with Tua the past 3 weeks. But, nah, man, it's definitely with Teddy. He has to – we have to keep going to the run game. And what's also going to help out, I don't know if you guys agree. You guys can chime in, obviously, but in the 3rd and 1s or like close downs, like maybe 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 5s when we back up, I think Teddy also gives us a better escapability than Tua, just on the edge. I'm not saying that he's more
athletic
than Tua, but I think like running wise, he's faster, and I think that's what's going to help out in key situations as well, even on this Sunday, coming up Sunday when it's cold. So the ratio should definitely be 60-40, though. Definitely.
Absolutely. Rob, what do you think about all of this Tua stuff that's going on?
Oh, of course, man. I mean, that's why we're operating here today, man. Of course, it stinks because, you wanted our man. And to see through, because to start this season, there was the main questions on Tua, outside of arm strength, was his ability to stay available for the whole season. I mean, with his not coming out of college was this, him getting injured. And so this year, the main thing I said, because I think he's capable of being a good quarterback when he's healthy. But here we are again talking about Tua being out, whether it's, it's concussion. I know that can happen to anyone, but we just want to see the young man be able to play a whole season and see what we can do in a whole full offense. And here we are again talking about if he's the guy still because of his injuries, not so much of his ability, but his availability is what we're talking about. And as far as you can tell we're not an elite team because look at the 49ers, man. They've had 3 different quarterbacks this year and they're still winning because they got other areas of the game that dominate. Because if we had a defense like that, it wouldn't be such a big blow. But, look at the 49ers. They started with the young guy, then he gets hurt, then they go back to their Jimmy G. He gets hurt. Now they're playing with, Mr. Irrelevant, and they're still winning. So it's crazy, man. I just want to see the Dolphins not make excuses and let's go.
It's those 49ers though are they're built to do that, man. They got the running game, they got an offensive line, they got a tight end,
defense.
They got defense, they got receivers, the coaching staff as well. You can't forget about Kyle Shanahan's coaching staff. Their defensive coordinator and D'Amico Ryans, they're loaded over there. They're built to win right now. I agree. We're just not there yet. Let me ask you.
But we are built to win. How Chris Greer built the team. I mean, he but first round pick to get Tyreek Hill and Chubb, giving up the first round picks. So you're built to win now, but we're not. I think.
But on the offense, but the coaching staff part of it, I don't think is built to win right now. I think that's where we're seriously lacking the leadership skills to get us where we need to go. It all starts from Chris Greer from the top and then trickles its way down. I agree with you. We're built to win right now. Chris Greer gave us the pieces to win and over the top. But the reason why we're not seeing the success we want is because we got a rookie head coach, a rookie time play caller. And, Frank Smith's got a little bit of experience. They have some.
But not. I'm going to mute my mic for.
Yeah, go ahead. But not enough to keep us in games to put us over the top. If you did have offensive coordinators like that who have the experience, then I think it would be a different story, a different scenario. But let me ask you both this question real quick, because we had an emergency show last night. We talked about this. I want to know what you guys think. If you were the GM of the Dolphins and knowing what you know now about Tua and his injury history and going forward, would you be willing to listen to a fifth-year option on him? And do you think this is excuses for the people that are above the hierarchy, above Chris Greer? Does this give them a reason to push Tua out the door?
Well, I'll go first because I don't know if my dog's going to go crazy again right now.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, this gives him a reason, but I still think fifth-year option within reason. You're going to have to give him the 5th year. But it's, like the Cardinals did with Kyler Murray. No, they're not going to go give him the money early. They're going to make him earn it. And he's probably going to play out his 5th-year option. And then you're going to have to make that decision. But I don't think they'll push him out the door necessarily, but they're not going to roll out the red carpet and say, here's your career money. You never have to worry about working a day, again in your life. You're not going to give him that kind of contract. You're going to,
right.
I think they'll give him the 5th-year option. Unless it really goes so horrible, like I said, but I think he would get the 5th-year option, and then that's it. They're not going to give him the big extension like the Cardinals. I think they learned from the Cardinals, like, man, we gave this kid money too quick, and now we're really stuck.
Right. What do you think, Jay? What do you think, Jalen?
I think right now it does give them a push to push him out the door, but the 5th, I agree. I agree with him. Really, I really do. The 5th year is an option for sure because, and like he said, we're not going to roll out the red carpet for him and just say, okay, well, like we're going to give you this and be fine. But the way it's going, I think it does give them more of an edge to push him out, though. I think we'll go. I think we're going to lean on that side more than the 5th year and keeping him. I think we might not see him. I really truly feel like that. And
damn, bro, I can't believe this. This is crazy.
I know, and I'm a Tua guy.
Obviously,
I know. So same with me, bro. I love Tua, man.
I'm a Tua guy, but like I was saying last night, it's
too much.
No, it's too much, and not even that. Like, at the back end of the season, he just does not play well. He's hurt. This is 3rd concussion. Like Luke Kuechly, he had 3 concussions in 1 year. He's retired.
That's it.
I think we got to go out here and draft a quarterback. If not, trade him, get a vet, and have Skylar Thompson build up under him or somebody else who would get in the draft or somebody.
Holy cow, man. Dolphins Daily, you guys. Like and smash the subscribe button, man. You're getting stuff new over here that honestly I never thought I'd hear come out of all of our mouths, including my own, that we might be having to move on from our quarterback who we thought maybe was the franchise guy. I know a lot of people like Steve in here. He knows he's been calling this since day one.
Yeah.
He didn't think that the dude was the guy. That's fair. That's everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, man. The way that I'm looking at it right now, it's crazy because the way I see it is you let him play out his 4th year, right? You don't give him the 5th year option. You play out the 4th season and you're like, can you stay healthy for the whole 4th year? Can you stay healthy for this whole season? Then we'll talk 5th year option. If I'm the GM at this point, the same way all of you guys are, I think it's just too much at this point. You're putting the team and the franchise at risk for years to come. Not only this, let's think about this for a minute too. Tua has already gotten $30 million from the Dolphins already from signing his rookie deal. Right. I don't think the kid needs hurting for money or needs to go out there
on the street corner with a sign, saying work for food.
Absolutely not. So I think maybe the kid might need to take some, a look at this and ask himself and the Dolphins organization, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is this worth it? And you know what? I think when the hindsight sets in and cooler heads prevail, I think Tua is going to make the decision that's best for him and best for his family. I think it's going to leave us in a tight spot to figure it out. Do I want to see Teddy Bridgewater back there starting quarterback for the Dolphins in 2023?
No, of course not.
That's not what I want. But think about it, Rob. We're pretty much stuck with what we got, bro.
But see, that's where we go. That's where I blame Chris Greer, though, because he's the one that did all this stuff. So, you can't. Do you really want him picking give him another shot to pick the next franchise quarterback?
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Or do you want someone else to, have pick the next franchise?
Well, here's my next question then to you guys. Here's my next question. If we're going to get rid of one of them, are we getting rid of all three of them? And when I say that, when we get rid of Tua, that means you got to get rid of Chris Greer, Tua, and Mike McDaniel.
I know. I feel bad for Mike McDaniel because this is his first year in this mess. He hasn't even had real, he has his rookie bumps, but all of them had their chance for their rookie bumps and learn on the job and, didn't get canned. So for
I don't know.
I know you're not a big McDaniel fan right now. But I know. I'm not just saying this on what I think.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm being a little harsh on the guy because this is his rookie season being a head coach.
Yeah, but I
dude,
think you
let's be honest. Like, he's been here in the NFL for 7 seasons, bro. He knows the game. He knows how this goes.
He's been in the NFL a long time, but this is his first time as a head coach. That's the problem with the Dolphins.
It's hard.
We're starting over every couple of years. We're doing the same thing again. We're building.
Yep.
This is next. How are we going to eventually? Him and me, who's diehard Dolphin at 50-something years old, was a. It's just crazy. All I remember was Super Bowl losses. So, and those are my glory days. Like Steve's a little older than me. That's in our comments, I know. And then he remembers the Super Bowl wins. I don't remember that crap. I remember like Jalen, he doesn't even remember those years, So for him to be a fan is really – and Justin, same for you. You don't remember those Super Bowl losing years.
I guess
those memories. But
that's the reason why I ask you guys that. Like, are they all three going to be gone at the same time? Or are you keeping one and ditching 2 of them? Like, what do you think's going to happen? Like, if you're going to get rid of 2, you're getting rid of all of them. Like, Jimmy G, no way.
I think that's a real possibility if the money lines up. He's saying Jimmy G is a possibility. No, I think it is a possibility, Justin. If McDaniel stays on as coach.
Well, anything's a possibility.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Because he's a free agent. You don't have to give up money for him. That's the reason. Because we don't have a draft pick to give. We don't even have, teams aren't going to want future draft picks because GMs know this is a short lead business. And, the Dolphins are giving me a pick in 2024. I may not have a job in 2024, so it's like, the Dolphins don't have much ammo to go get someone right now unless you start throwing out, I know, some players' names on there. But
Xavier Howard
is not. He's not a big because you're paying him way too much. No team's going to really give you too much for him. You're not going to get if you would have traded him a couple of years ago when we were having the contract dispute with him, you probably could have got a first or something for him. Now you'd be lucky to get a third or a fourth, and they have to take on his cap hit money. You don't
think you could get a 2 for Xavier Howard, huh?
Maybe if we take some of the contract hit or whatever, so it's tough.
Well, that's what you'll have to do with the Byron Jones stuff is you'll have to be like, listen, take this trade and we'll pay half of his salary. That's how you're going to get rid of the Byron deal. That's how that one will transpire right there.
Yep. And then like Kristen Wilkins, he's like our MVP, but he's like the only, I was listening to some guy, I think it was one of these guys, and he was making sense that joined the Joe Rosso. Really, the only tradable piece right now is Kristen Wilkins because you still have him cheap for a couple. You can throw the 5th-year option on him, and then you could franchise tag him, and DT's not as expensive as some other positions. But, do you really want to trade, because that can get you something back, Kristen Wilkins, because he's a viable piece that a lot of teams would love to have. But we love to have him. So we got so many tough decisions coming up.
Yep,
we do. And I have a question for you guys. One, I don't know what is wrong with Skylar, but who would you guys rather see going forward, Teddy or Skylar? Because it's been mixed emotions on the internet and about.
I would just go Skylar because he's younger. You know what you got with Teddy. Not saying Skylar's the guy, but at least give him a roll out there and see if he's capable of doing it. So it's just hard. But then if you get rid of the coach, there's so many unknown factors right now because if you're Justin's feeling like McDaniel might be a one and done, then I really don't know. The next couple of weeks though, Justin, are going to tell. If the Dolphins miraculously win the next 2 weeks and then do a playoff stunning victory, then he's not going to get.
Is that question being like, do I want to go forward with Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar for the rest of the season? Is that the question?
Yeah.
if I want to win and get into the playoffs,
this year, Teddy,
yeah, there you go. I was gonna say, if I have any aspirations at all of getting into the playoffs and getting to the next show, which would be the playoffs, I would start Teddy because it's screamed. He's the veteran. I want to see what we have in Skyler, so it'd be really hard for me not to play Skyler because I want to see what we got. But we have later down next year to see that and all the future to see that.
Next year for sure you go with Skyler if those are the two options. But this year, since we still got that playoff aspirations, definitely
Teddy. Let's see what you got, Teddy. Come on, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Earn that $6 million we gave you. So
we have too good of a roster, and I feel like what people are going to come together and think about Tua. The last 4 weeks, we could have clinched the playoff spot. You know what I'm saying? But with bad quarterback play, and I guess you could say Mike McDaniel play calling as well. I mean, the guy in serious situations, playoff time scenarios, we're in. Well, we're not in or we're out, but we wanted to clinch like 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't do it. 25 yards going in at halftime. Throwing in double covers. I mean, it's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing thing, and I'm like, when is it going to end? Do we give him another year, and with a great team like this, and then we're just pushing it to the playoffs again? And with the athletes that we have,
no excuses, bro. No excuses.
It's no excuses, man. And
I said it. I said at the beginning of the year, bro. I said at the beginning of the year, I was like, if he can't win with this.
Nope.
He ain't never gonna win. It's just never gonna happen, bro. Yeah. Like this is a loaded roster. Like my man Jalen just said, bro. We have bricks on bricks on bricks. You could build a house with the amount of bricks they have on this roster.
So they're
underachieving. This is the most underachieving group I've ever seen in the NFL, bro. Yeah. You have everything at your disposal, and it's not just the players and the execution. It's the coach too, man. You gotta call the damn plays correctly, man. And you're in charge of all these men's lives, these men's careers, and you're up here like. I know that everybody likes his swag and his shoes and all that stuff, man. That's the stuff that bothers me the most. And the reason why is because you see everybody out on the sideline, like we're getting ready to lose a game. They're all hugging, smiling. That shit's got to go away. It's got to end, bro. You got to get that look in your eyes to where you're like, I'm going to go out there.
No, we haven't had that for a long time. We had Ryan Tannehill used to be the same way.
I want that killer mentality, man. Like I don't want no more smiles and sunshines, cakes, and rainbows. I want broken elbows, broken teeth, and spitting chiclets in people's faces with your mouthpiece coming out, man. I want Bill Romanowski style.
I don't think I've ever witnessed a Dolphin team like that. Maybe you guys have, but I've never witnessed a hard.
No, we had some match back in the day, but it didn't pan out. But like Brian Cox used to go crazy, man. That was like a.
You don't remember
his famous photos in Buffalo shooting the birds. If you're on Twitter, you've seen Brian Cox old photos.
Yeah, so remember Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas days, some Tim Bowens.
Yeah, Jason Taylor,
and Sam Madison and
Sammy
all those
guys. Yeah. Like honestly, I just think it's a how shall I say this? It's a persona that they hold amongst themselves and how they go out on the field and how they just it's just not. This is not it. This ain't it. You need more hard-nosed football players. There's too many Jags on this football team. And if you don't know what a Jag is, it's just another guy. And I'll be honest with you, they're all over this football team, bro. Austin Jackson. I'm not going to say Liam Eichenberg yet because we don't know, but you could put him on the list. Liam Eichenberg. I mean, even Tua. Is he just another guy? Jag. Yeah. Noah Igbenogany. Jag. Mike Gesicki. Jag. Jerome Baker, Jag.
You just named the whole 2020 first-round NFL picks, all on Greer. He picked all three of those guys, Tua, Jackson, and Igbo. So, I mean, and Jonathan, thank you. Normally, I would play the Miami Dolphins song when we get a new guy in here contributing like Jonathan's doing, but I think they're all a little down today, so I'm not going to play the Miami Dolphin fight song. But Jonathan, thank you. And that is I don't know what it would take to get a Sean
Payton. His
Payton.
question right there is good. If Mike isn't the answer, what would it take to get Sean Payton? Man, you don't have no assets to go trade out and to try to get Sean Payton. You could try to dangle something like an Xavier Howard, Christian Wilkins, and package something else just to get a coach. But I mean, if you did all this just to get a coach, man,
and
we're
going to have his pick of the litter. The Dolphins going to be the litter he wants to pick.
Who wants this? Honestly, just ask yourself this as a Dolphins fan: who in their right mind, besides one of us, would take this job realistically.
Yeah. No, I agree, because if he's going to see, okay, this owner changes his underwear, as often as he changes his coaches.
Bingo. Dude, I did the math yesterday just because I was curious. You know what? Do you want to know what? Since the Shula and Marino era, we've had 35 quarterbacks, 12 head coaches, and 6 GMs, bro. What's that tell you? That tells you that you have organizational team dysfunction. And you can't get it together, bro. What he needs to do is like he did when we got right before we got Sperano. He hired a vice president of football operations, and he made it Bill Parcells. Bill Parcells went and did everything he needed to do to make them get back onto a winning track, and then left the team. You need to do something similar right now and bring in somebody to help you. I mean, how long have we been saying this around here for the Dolphins, bro? If you're going to clean house and you're going to get rid of Tua, you're getting rid of Mike McDaniels and you're getting rid of Chris Greer. I just seen the comment on there that Steve said he would keep McDaniels and get rid of Greer. Nah, man, you can't do that. And if you do that, then you need to demote Mike McDaniels and make him the run game coordinator again and be like, you're going back to the beginning again and start over, because it's only obvious you're not ready. Okay, and that's what I would do. You need to bring in somebody who's a veteran coach, has been there, has won a Super Bowl or lost a Super Bowl, win and lost playoff games.
But those are so far in between, right?
They're not.
Market.
They're none. There's none out there.
You could have had, the Jacksonville guy, Peterson, whatever his how he pronounced the name.
Doug Pederson.
That's a guy. Actually, I always want to say Peterson, but I know it's Pederson. He's one I actually wanted. I didn't know much about McDaniel, and that's who I wanted when the whole thing started. Once Flores bombshell dropped that he had been fired.
Man, I'm gonna be quite honest with you, dude. I don't think we're any better or any worse than we were last year under Coach Flores. I'm sorry.
No,
this team showed a lot more heart. No, it's not. It's not. It's terrible.
And I do say that, like I mentioned the other. Like a second ago, I think it's just been mainly the past 4 weeks is quarterback play. I think Tua has really let us down with his decision making and what he wanted to do. I don't know if like this last game, because he was doing really good.
I know.
Second half, maybe it was a concussion. I'm looking at it. Tua, you drop back. And they showed it from the end zone angle. Like you clearly see they were in cover 2. Like the corner was gonna drop back and you throw it right to him. Like there was no air up on to Gesicki the sideline. It's just the interception second half were just ferocious. Like it was bad. It was
crazy because that play you're talking about where he threw the interception, pre-snap read, they're in cover 2. Post-snap read, they're still in cover 2. Like there's nothing there was no disguise, there was no tricksy, there's nothing there to make you not see it.
Wrong. I'm wondering, because I don't want to make an excuse, but I wonder if something was wrong, because in the first half he was throwing elite throws. I mean, that ball that got to the 1 yard line to Tariq was dropped in between the Packers defenders.
That was such a good throw, bro.
And then on the play that he led Waddle, I mean, he's getting pressure and he still hits Waddle to where Waddle's able to run the distance.
Or the throw over the middle where Sherfield sat down and then he threw him open to the left and made him move more. Like he threw a guy open.
And that's what also just makes me want to hang on to him too. Like
I know.
These great throws that even quarterbacks that are like veterans, like you don't see Tom Brady. Obviously, he's getting old now, but you don't even see Tom doing this. Like he is an accurate quarterback.
He is.
So when he's off, he's off, man.
When he's off, he's off, bro.
He's off. Because that's why coaches need a hook, almost like in baseball. When the pitcher starts getting, you bring in the bullpen. We need that.
Hey, real quick, I know you were talking right there about the last 4 games, how you're like Tua kind of let us down a little bit, his decision making, his passes. I want everybody to realize Jalen's correct. But also to go with that needs to be the shouldering of the play calling situation. The coach did not put him in favorable positions. Every one of those passes this last week, right? He's asking Tua to make these perfect passes. Literally, if you're going to complete it, it's going to be a perfect pass or it's going to be picked off. You can't put your quarterback in positions like this. You have to take pressure off of him. And how you do that is you run the football. And I know if you're like, oh, man, I just got 2 yards there. I really need to go further right here. I'm going to throw it. Run it again. Run it again.
In their mouth.
Just run it right up the middle at them, bro, until and even if they stop it for 0 yards, a 2-yard gain. Get right back up there, line right back up, and run it again.
Let them know they're in for business for the day.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
And we have an amazing duo running back. You got one that's
Dude.
You got one that's fast. Well, Moshe showed me that he'll put his head down and run.
He'll go
and go. And you got another one who's a hard hitting back that you need on 3rd and 1. That's why we got him. That's
why we got him for.
We got to utilize that. And I say this because I think there's going to be a different scenario with Teddy in the game. On those 3rd and 1s, we will run the ball.
I want
these next 2 weeks, because if you notice, 3rd and 1s, we're going 30 yards down the field with Tua trying to throw it.
Like what the hell?
Like you don't.
I know.
Why?
You don't do that. You
don't do that. Not only that, dude. Like, when's the last time you seen a jet sweep called in this offense? When's the last time you seen somebody call a screen play in this offense?
I'm surprised we haven't tried to get Tyreek.
I don't get it, bro. Like, Tyreek. When's the last time you seen Tyreek get a jet sweep in this offense, or Jalen? Bro, what the hell is going on?
Well,
Who's calling these plays?
Last year at KC, when he got end arounds, he was going for 60-plus touchdowns.
60-plus yard touchdowns, bro.
No,
because they're. Go ahead, Rob.
Paying him I'm saying we're paying him tons of money. Use the man for everything we got, So it's just use him. I mean, obviously he's been great in the receiving game, but man, give them. Sometimes he just can't because, like you say, they're doing more bumps on him. They're giving a lot more coverage on him. So give him the ball some way, and that's
get the ball in his hands one way or another, and that's a way to do it. You got to be creative sometimes.
If Mike McDaniels was as smart as what we think, we should easily. To get the linebacker to easily get him involved like that with sweeps and stuff like that. But if you think about it, we have to use Mostert and Jeff Wilson in the backfield a couple of times. One only, not even just passing. You got they like to see what Miami's doing right now, which is going in the middle of the field.
Right.
So if you bring those two backs out there, even on pass plays, and you spread them out, the linebackers have to come up. The linebackers have to come up.
You have to.
You get crossing with Tyreek and Waddle, it's going to be open all day.
Day.
And if they want to come up, the linebackers come up on Jeff Wilson and Mostert
over
on
the top.
Edge, over the top. If they want to sit back, Deacon Dodge.
That's right. See, I don't understand how me and you get it, but they don't, bro. Like, literally, it's football 101, bro. Like, when the linebackers come up, you hit them over the top. When the linebackers stuff the box, you go to dink and dunk to the outsides of the flats, and then you mix in the running game. And what happened, you know what? I think it all comes down to them not staying dedicated to the running game. Like, they're not dedicated to the run. They're not like, we're gonna run. You're not all there. You know who I feel bad for? The offensive line is playing their asses off and blocking their asses off and not getting rewarded for it because the head coach ain't calling the fucking running plays. You got to call running plays.
Yep.
No, I agree. Our offensive line has been the best it's been in years because that's been our biggest weakness.
You're wasting it.
They're wasting it,
And we're getting
8 yards a carry, bro. A carry.
But I do believe Jalen's right on this one. I do believe that the Dolphins, of course, I'm always the optimistic Dolphin, as you know, Josh. So I think, though, that Jalen's right this one, and they will be forced into running the ball more the next couple games, If not, then forget it. Then it's not coming. And then all that running game guru that we were told that McDaniel was coming.
Out the window.
Yes, out the window. This is the final 2 weeks.
The problem I have with it is, like, why the hell did it take us losing our star quarterback and it took you a month to figure this out? Like, if he's forced to do this now and he goes out there and starts running the ball around 60-40, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be happy because you finally got out of your own way, but I'm kind of pissed off a little bit. Like, it took you a month to get this thing figured out. Bro, I'm a novice football dude who watches film, and I figured this out after the loss out of Houston. This is what you needed to do. What the hell is going on down there? Why are you paying these people this money that don't know? Like, God dang it, you guys. We deserve more as Dolphins fans. We deserve more than this, bro. We've been through hell in the ringer with this team, dude.
Yeah, man.
We've been through seasons where we didn't even get a bye week. I don't understand. We've been through cocaine scandals, coach scandals, the bully game, bro. Think about everything this team has been through, dude. And for the coaching staff, all this kind of stuff. I'm so mad, bro. The coaching staff and for the front office to let this organization down, this fan base down, it speaks volumes of how they really feel about all of us.
Yeah, and I do agree, Jonathan. Justin and I talked about this yesterday. I know it's a little off topic, but yeah, that fumble that changed the whole course. The Mozart's fumble changed the whole course. But good teams cannot let one freaking bad play derail, and that just is like we folded like a tent in a tornado, as I said.
See, and what people gotta realize.
He's right. He'll come back.
He was about to say, but anyway, so yeah, that fumble just changed the whole course. You know, and he had a good game. I'm not picking on Mozart. Walter Payton fumbled the ball before. Everyone fumbles the ball at some time.
Took the air out of everything we were doing.
But it's just like they folded after that play. It just sucked because we were going to go up by 3 scores. We were driving the ball to make it a 3-score game.
Damn! See how quickly football flip flops like that? We're getting ready to drive to go up 3 scores.
Make it a
one fumble, one mistake, and that cost us our season. Season.
And the thing that I've talked to people about was the fumble. Yeah, it changed the momentum. But when you when you have a roster like this, no way. The only way I could see that would change a game is if you're really a true underdog in this game.
Right, I agree.
And you're playing against a team like the Houston Texans, for example, and the Kansas City Chiefs. Mm-hmm. When you fumble, when you're a team like the Houston Texans and you're playing up to the Chiefs and you make that fumble, now that's over. Your chance. That's your chance. But when you have a offense like ours, no way that one fumble should.
I agree. It shouldn't, but it did.
We should have been able to come back. I agree.
Of course, we showed off. It shouldn't have been anything. It should have been like, okay, we shrugged it off. Yeah, it sucks going into the half to give up that score that we shouldn't have. But they should have come out rocking and rolling. But we didn't. We never even scored again. We'd hardly moved the ball again.
Why? Why is that? Because it's all those little things that they're not doing, dude. It's all the little things. Aligning up properly, not getting holding calls, holding a dude out here. Just let the damn dude go. Like, let him go, bro. There's no reason for you to be holding him that much.
I mean, we got receivers that don't cut, when they know there's someone, they don't cover the tight end or whatever you want to call it, and then they're just,
you're talking about when they got called for the alignment penalty because he didn't come up on cover up the tight end. Exactly what you just said on the line of scrimmage, bro. That's football 101, bro. Jalen, you were taught this when you were in Pee Wee. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. These are unexcusable things that are happening, and it all starts with the coaching staff, bro. You got an undisciplined young football team that thinks it's happy hour and cake time out there. Like, this pisses me off, bro. Like, you have, like Jalen said, we all know we have a roster that's loaded to win right now, but y'all don't want to get out of your own way long enough to make that block. Let him go if you have to, and do all the little things like aligning correctly, not getting penalties, catching the football, catching interceptions when they hit you in your hand. When you get your hands on a dude in the backfield to make a sack, you make the sack. Like, these are all the little things that we're not doing right, bro. That's killing this team.
We miss a lot of sacks, unfortunately. We miss.
My Chubb. I think Chubb missed like three
of them.
And the thing about that is, man, like, I know Chubb is helping in different ways besides him making the sacks, but we ain't bring him in to say, hey, Jalen Phil, I'm bringing Chubb in so you can do the work. No, y'all. You need to do some of the dirty work too.
Yeah, you got that big ass money. We gave up a 1st-round pick for you, not just to help others. We want you to create havoc on the field.
That's right.
Yeah,
and with the holding calls, I mean, what they got to understand, it's okay if you just let them go and get 1 yard or 0.
That's right. Just let
it's not. That's better than going back 10 yards. Come on, guys.
Oh man,
I agree.
It's
only
bad,
time I
bro.
want my lineman to hold is if I have a franchise quarterback that's about to get killed. Then you get hold it. You save them.
Another problem I had too was like I can't believe the excuse he gave from not using his challenge there on that catch by the tight end Mercedes Lewis, which hit the ground and bobbled. He's like, I didn't get the information in time. Well, that's another failure on your coaching staff from the people you have upstairs watching that. You needed to have that called in right away, bro, and be like, you need to throw your flag right now. Like, there's no time to hold back anymore, bro. We got 2 weeks to go here in the season. Our playoff lives are still hanging on, and we're talking about making adjustments we should have made a month ago. That's why
Yeah.
I'm frustrated, bro. Like this is a total meltdown right now, dude. Like we shouldn't be doing this. We needed to hang tough and play football the way that we needed to. And you know what? He stuck to his roots of like, I'm going to throw around to Tyreek and to Waddle. And now we're in this position because you didn't want to run the football, bro. It's just, it's like, man, don't be so stubborn. Like Mike McDaniels, his new name is Mike McStubborn.
Yeah, it is. It is. It really is, man. He has to get out of that for sure.
You can't do it, dude. This is why we're where we're at.
and the crazy thing is, our roster on offense, and I know some of it relies on the defense and our injuries, but the crazy thing is that Teddy can also come in and get us to the playoffs with the roster that we have. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about in the beginning I'm okay, season's over. But now that I think about it, man, Teddy, I think he can come in here and get us to the postseason, especially with the roster. I mean, if he was with any other team, I would say no. But now, I mean, and we're gonna see what Mike McDaniels is really made out of. We're gonna see what he's built for. I mean, it's literally you win this game, you're in. If Jets lose,
if the Jets lose to Seattle and stuff, but I agree. I mean, it just is it, man. This is when coaches earn their money. I guess he's going against Belichick, but he's already beaten them once, so that's not a big issue. You got to win. I know New England's going to love to beat us. I mean, if they don't have great odds, they're just going to love to beat Miami and spoil our seasons. Like, you know, when we've messed them up. I mean, if they won the Super Bowl, we still like surprise them sometimes. So they're going to love to knock us off our perch. And we're reeling right now, so we're a perfect target for them. But hopefully Miami just decides that they're going to wake up here and start playing smarter football.
Let's hope so.
Defense will step up.
We got better talent than New England. There's no reason that you should not be able to. And Mac Jones is not a scrambler, so he's not the kind of quarterback that normally hurts us. So there should be no reason we shouldn't control this game.
Yep. Let me ask you guys this. If we happen to come out here and have like a second wind per se, and everybody can start doing what they need to do. Like Jalen just said, we're going to find out what Mike McDaniels is really made out of. This is where the coaches earn their money. Say we get a really good performance from Teddy these next 2 weeks. We win, we get in the playoffs. I don't know what's going to happen from there on out if we win a game in the playoffs or not. But let's just take that for hindsight going into next season. Would we be open to bringing Teddy Bridgewater back in some form or capacity to play quarterback for the Miami Dolphins?
I like Jalen. That's a tough one. I like Jalen answer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's a realistic question, though.
It is a realistic question. Just definitely because of what's going on with Tua and stuff. But if he does this, I honestly would say this: if he gets us through playoffs and wins a playoff game.
Oh damn! I'll bring you back right now.
That changes a whole thing. Then we haven't won a playoff game for so long. I think, like you said, you just hit the magic. I think he would earn it just based on that.
Same here.
and that's the crazy thing. But I also do feel like McDaniels loves Skylar. I think it would be more, instead of going into this year, there's not going to be a quarterback fighting position. No, it's not going to be that. I think this time of next year, we'd have a quarterback battle.
Yeah.
Since in a long time. And I mean, let's be real. We knew Skylar and Teddy. They weren't competing with Tua.
No, I mean, Tua was the man.
Tua was the man, and that's what you need. You need quarterbacks too, unless you're Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. When you're a younger guy, you need that competition.
Yes.
It only makes you better.
I agree. They never really gave Ryan Tannehill real competition. And
nope.
So it's just the same thing. So you gotta give him.
Jalen, is Tua Tagovailoa part of that quarterback battle?
Goodness gracious, man.
I came off the top rope with that one.
I hate to say it, but no. I think we have to get him.
Wow.
We have to get him going. We have to. Too injured, and not even that.
Who's taking that though?
I think the NFL may tell, like, because of what happened with Luke Kuechly, they're going to go based off that and some facts with.
I see.
They might tell him, or
they might force him to retire.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's dangerous, and it's
Damn,
less
that
than
sucks.
it's less than 15 weeks too. That's 3 concussions in 15 weeks. Wow, that's
Here,
bad.
I got a question for you, both of you. If you were Tua Tagovailoa, what would you do?
Oh, you know how
He's
I'm
going to want to play. I know him. He's going to want to play. But
Jalen, you would play? You just had a daughter.
I really would, man.
Damn. I'm surprised, but I like it. I like it.
That's me, and I know how he is. He doesn't care about what his family thinks because his family didn't want him to come back this time.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a competitor, man. He is a fighter, and he's been like that since the Alabama days when I was watching him. He's such a fighter.
Yeah, he is. He's a warrior.
I mean, I would have come back. Would it be smart? No. I'm not saying
it'd be smart, but I'm thinking from his perspective as a young guy, he's going to want to come back just because he has been doubted his whole life, and he wants to prove these doubters wrong. So that's why I think he would want to come back. Now, do the Dolphins give him that opportunity, or the NFL? Who knows? You know, some teams may shy away because they don't want to be the guy that gets a young man killed out there. You know?
What would you do, Rob? Rob, would you come back?
I mean, yeah, that's why I said
seriously though,
it's really hard. It's really hard because he's too young. You know, like if I was an older and already like a Tom Brady playing, you know, I'm older than Tom Brady, but I'm saying like if I was an older player and I've already proven myself, then I would step away, you know. But then if I'm that younger guy and I'm hearing all this noise about me sucking and being a bust of a pick, I think I would want to come back. Even though I have my great family, I would want to come back and prove them wrong.
It's nuts, man, but I'm gonna be the odd one out here. I'm gonna go a little bit differently than that. Like I said previously, Tua's needs to make a business decision here. This shouldn't be about your ego. This shouldn't be about you played differently and this guy thinks you suck back here. This needs to be about you and your family. You've already made $30 million off the Miami Dolphins. I'll tell you what here. I'm going to make a smart business decision and I would retire. If this was on me, I would just go ahead and hang it right up. I got nothing left to prove. I have a beautiful wife, a great family, and $30 million in the bank. You know what? I'll go out there and sell Under Armour socks and be a spokesman for them. It doesn't really matter.
He could go to Alabama and get any job he wants, man. He'd be a legend around Alabama. He'd be
if it was me, I would retire. That's just me.
And I wouldn't be mad at that route because that's the smartest thing to do. Mm-hmm. I'm just going based off on he's young and how he is mentally and what's the name he say, she say stuff about him. That's why I could see him coming back. But is it the right thing to do? No. And I agree with you.
That's why I agree with both of you. I agree with both of you because I'm trying to get in the young man's mind, and I think he will want to come back. Sure. Now, I'm not saying he should. I'm just thinking what he would think, and how he would think like another human. We can't. But I'm thinking, I just thinking that's what he's going to want to do. He's going to want to come back.
Now, my answer being that it's pure, it's like thinking about the person. Now, from my financial perspective, I don't want the kid to retire because I'm sitting on a lot of nice Tua Tagovailoa autographed rookie jersey cards and things like that. So from my perspective, it like puts me in a hole. So I want you to keep playing. Hey, is anybody interested in those cards, by the way? No, I'm just kidding. But to be honest with you, honestly, you got to make the smart decision here, and you got to just bail when you got to bail. You got to know when to hold them, and you got to know when to fold them. And right here and here, it's just the juice is not worth the squeeze unless he thinks he's that good of a quarterback that he's going to win a Super Bowl one day. You know what? It's over, you guys. Everything has to be too perfect, just like Ryan Tannehill, in order for this guy to win. You'd have to have the best line in the league. You'd have to have the best tight end, the best receivers, the best running backs.
Oh my God! I'm going to do a Bobby of the Finn spot. Hey. I know Justin's being held hostage. I think Justin's being wink. I think Justin
blink twice.
Wink twice. I pull Bobby of the Finns talk sports.
Yeah, it's crazy, but sometimes you just got to be realistic with yourself. Right when you said
couple of days.
I have right when you text me, Rob, and you were like, "Hey, he's in concussion protocol." I was like, "Huh? Really?" Yeah. Like it threw me for a loop, dude, and like all these things went through my mind.
Bobby's reaction too.
It was crazy, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, if he's himself went to the doctors and was like, "Hey, I'm feeling some effects of a concussion," it's real. He's got a concussion, and it's not a joke. It's serious.
No, it's serious. I mean, it's real. They want to go. Some people think, oh, they're just using that as an excuse to his poor
Not this
play.
time.
No, they're not. It's all real. They're not going to do that. So
Yep.
not in this day and age where all secrets get out and you're going to be exposed like idiots. So it's all real, unfortunately, for the young man.
Right. Yep.
So I just hope we're not in another rebuild, because we're the longest rebuilding. Because talking about two other teams real quick. Once again, the 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. They were in recent Super Bowls. The Eagles won a recent Super Bowl. I mean, the 49ers were in a Super Bowl with Harbaugh. Got rid of him. They had Kaepernick as their quarterback. He's gone. Here comes this a couple of years later. They're in another Super Bowl with a whole new coach, a whole new quarterback, whole new system, and they're competing again. Eagles, same thing. They get rid of Peterson because some stuff goes south and whatever. And here they are, one of the best teams in the NFL. Why is it taking 20 freaking years for the Dolphins to be able to win a playoff game? No matter
the rich just keep getting richer, don't they?
I know. It's just like we cannot. It's just awful, man. It's awful. I don't compare player to player. You never heard me say, oh, Tua compared to Herbert. But team to team, how are these teams continuing? Pittsburgh's always decent. This year they may not make the playoffs, but knowing our luck, they'd be the team that sneaks in, because they're lurking right there on the edge. We all choke. The Jets, the Patriots, and the Dolphins all choke, and the Pittsburgh are being a damn playoff team. It's just, how did these people go from different quarterbacks, different systems, and they win? And
do you know what I think I've thought about for years? I've been a Dolphins fan, not as long as
since
you,
1985.
Since 85. And you know what I've thought? You know what I've thought about numerous times? It's ironic, but I think that this organization is cursed. I seriously believe
I joke about it, but I think. Oh, Justin, we just lost Justin there. But no, I know that's like a running joke among Dolphin fans that we're cursed. But, man, I almost believe it at this point, because look at those other teams. They just reestablish themselves and they get good again. And it's been so long. Yep, he's back in the back end here. Let me get him back up.
Damn it, always.
I always right at the end you fall out, but hey, it's all good. But you're right. I know it sounds silly, but remember in baseball, my baseball team.
The Sox.
Baseball down here. I'm a Red Sox fan, so believe me, I believe in curses. It took many years for the Red Sox to get over.
What would you think it's going to take for this team to actually win a Super Bowl? Because the only way I see this team ever winning anything, and people are going to hate me and cancel me for this, but I'll be honest with you. It's not going to be in the city of Miami.
No, that's it. You're fired, Justin.
I'm sorry, bro. Yeah. I'm a diehard Miami Dolphins fan, bro.
No,
there's so many things that need to change here, bro. Like even from the fight song that you love so dearly, that's got to change. All the past stuff that you did in the past has got to go bye-bye. You need to have roll out a new red carpet here, a new fight song.
Ross went and changed the logo on us, and that didn't do anything. So,
bro, at least he's trying.
But, give me a break. It's just like, I don't know. And,
the London Monarchs. The Dolphins are now the new London Monarchs.
Lord.
I don't know. It's just, to me, there may be some stuff, because people say maybe players in South Florida, they just come here to chill in the nice weather and whatever. But, they still.
Man, they need a whole new look, bro. They need to, move to San Diego and be called the San Diego Sharks, and then they actually might win something, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going that deep into your conspiracy, but I am going into that I can't believe we can't build a winner.
I've been a Dolphins fan my whole life, bro, and I've gotten one playoff win. One playoff win my whole life.
I got a few more playoff wins in.
I'm so bitter. I'm so bitter, bro.
Super Bowl memories of us winning.
Bitter.
So, I think all Dolphin fans are bitter, and that's why we put people on the president saying, he's going to be the next great thing.
Great.
And then when he's not the next great thing, we knock him off as soon as he's not the next great thing.
Yeah.
Because everyone's won over the minute a coach comes, like McDaniel won everyone. Oh, check your post. Oh my God, he's the greatest coach ever. Oh my God.
Check your nuts.
We get into all of that. We get into all of that stuff, and we buy in quick. And then when the romance ends, we're like, oh my God.
I know, bro. It's quick too.
I know we do, and that's it, because we put everyone up there, and it's just bad. And I don't blame Ross. I think Ross is actually he's trying. Because I know a lot of people don't like Ross, but he spends money. You could be like some of these owners that, okay, get to the cap if you have to, but he would go over. He would sign that guaranteed money right away just to make the player happy. Most owners don't like giving that guaranteed all up front.
Right.
Ross doesn't mind signing the check, so we're able to get some of these people here. But if for whatever reason it hasn't worked out, whether it's coaching staffs, general managers, the damn ball boy, for all I know, someone's like bringing us down somewhere in that chain of command. I just don't get it.
We're running up on that hour right now, you guys.
Done.
We want to thank you guys for watching Dolphins Daily Live with Dolphins Thirsty, my boy Rob, and JPF Scout digging in the trenches. And we have my distinguished guest, Jalen McMillan, joining us today.
Thank you, Jalen, for joining us today.
Yeah, go out there and give Jalen Jalen's a great follow. Go out there and give him a follow on Twitter. You can catch him at Jalen McMillan. He's always in spaces, always has great football stuff to talk about, always Dolphin stuff. Great football mind. Man, we love having you here, Jalen. You're welcome on anytime, man.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime, man. Thank you.
Smash that like and subscribe button, and
make sure you tell your friends about us.
That's
Justin, right. And tell your friend, because Justin and I are just growing here. We want to get that audience built up.
I'm the same way. I just hit Justin up about it as well. Yeah, I'm definitely willing to do that for sure.
Absolutely,
right, man. You're welcome here anytime you want.
That's
have
right.
Your own show if you even want.
That's right. We love having Jalen over here, man. Jalen's awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. So fins up. Let's just hope that next week when we all talk that we're pleasantly surprised.
Let's hope it's a W. W.
Yeah.
Let's get the W.
That's what we need.
W.
We definitely need a W, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been way too long. So because
I don't even know what a happy W feels like anymore.
I know. It's been so long.
It's been too long since a victory Monday. Yep. And the sad thing is we're on pattern to lose a fifth straight game. Remember, we won 3 straight, lost 3 straight, then we won 5 straight. So I hope, sure as hell, hope we don't lose our 5th straight.
Let's hope not.
A streaky team. So hopefully they come and they win.
Yep. Backs against the wall. They're gonna come out and brawl. Let's go.
Yeah, we have to.
All right, guys. Fins up. Thank you, guys.
Later, guys. Love you guys.
First kick, I snap into action. When I'm digging in the trenches, get dominated off the line of scrimmage. Read and react